This must be Bambi sex. This is interesting. I don't know what to say. How you doing, my brother?
Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
Speech.
Sorry, I was giving a speech.
You know, it does bother me that Bambi is so nonchalant to walk in here with T.O. But this is the same person who admitted that she was dealing with Scrappy while he was living with Erica Dixon. So the more I dig into who she is, I see why you're standing here like this.
Lil Scrappy, one of love and hip-hop Atlanta's most well-known artists, has never held back when discussing his personal hardships. Few instances were more terrible as when he learned that his ex-wife, Bambi, was expecting a kid with her new partner. The show has tracked his journey through love, heartbreak, and family strife. He was experiencing actual, unadulterated suffering at that very time. This was the tragic truth of a man attempting to control his emotions, not simply a TV narrative. The relationship between Bambi and Lil Scrappy was anything but simple. It was a roller coaster of passion, disagreements, and moments of doubt, despite their obvious compatibility. Disagreements, adultery, and conflicting objectives caused what appeared to be an unavoidable breakup. Because of the deep-seated anguish of terminating things, Scrappy found it extremely difficult to move on, even after their divorce. Anyone who watches love and hip-hop knows that Lil Scrappy does not let things go easily. He had strong feelings for Bambi, the mother of his children. The memories of their time together and the aspirations for a future as a family remained deeply ingrained in his heart after their split. Scrappy and Bambi tried to maintain a cordial co-parenting relationship for the benefit of their children. They occasionally succeeded in making it work, but there was always a hint of unresolved feelings present. Scrappy was still upset about their split and found it difficult to believe that Bambi had moved on. Nevertheless, despite his own inner struggles, he tried to respect her decisions. He obviously wanted her to be happy, yet it was nearly impossible to imagine her with someone else. They had, after all, a life, a family, and a relationship that was difficult to break. Lil Scrappy discovered something that would permanently alter his view of their relationship at this emotionally vulnerable moment. That Bambi, the woman he had once sworn to love and adore, was expecting a child with her new partner, caught him off guard. The astonishment was great, and it was evident how strongly he was feeling at the time. Scrappy had spent so much time attempting to mend the wounds from his past that this revelation was heartbreaking to him, despite his best efforts to conceal the reality. The notion that Bambi was going on with someone else who would now be a part of her life hurt him almost as much as the pregnancy itself. It was a sobering reminder that sometimes, no matter how much you want something to work out, it doesn't. This was not a simple breakup where time would make the sorrow go away. He was not merely a fleeting fad. He was going to be a permanent fixture in Bambi's life, and Scrappy had to come to terms with the truth that she had once wanted to be the new lover.
From 10 years ago.
You talking about sliding the bitch? You still stick my mouth is right. You talking about bitch? You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like me scared of asshole? I drag your ass on my mama, bitch. Do it, Amy. I definitely plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first start as a woman. But don't give two damns about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who getting slid, sis?
You can't even drag your
Bitch, yeah. You done drug it across everybody.
Yeah, let me find out.
Let's keep it moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago
I'ma let you finish.
that I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date?
Bitch, when you kiss and smell my from the front to the
I
back.
never kissing him.
And I hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
You have no loyalty.
Rashida, while you waiting, could you get this bitch some more views on her music post?
I got the feature with Spice that you were begging for. Bye-bye.
Watching Scrappy's reaction as tears welled up in his eyes was devastating. These were not simply sad tears, they were tears of loss, sorrow, and a love that never truly had a chance to mend. The man who had been Bambi's children's father and had stood by her side through thick and thin had given Bambi so much of himself and worked so hard to make things work. And now that she was expecting someone else's child, he was left to watch from the sidelines because the emotional strain of that circumstance was too much for him. Recognize that this was not just a story about a failing marriage or two people who had drifted apart. It was a story about a man facing the terrible reality that someone he once loved had moved on completely and utterly. It was a reminder that love is a relative concept. Even though Scrappy had gone through his share of struggles, including a difficult childhood and highs and lows in his profession, this was unique. It was a heartbreak he could not overcome with time, money, or success. A piece of his spirit long regarded as a tough guy who could handle anything that came his way, Scrappy broke down in tears at that very moment. His love for Bambi was sincere, and the thought of her beginning a life with someone else was untenable to him. Scrappy's breakdown was not a spectacle. Rather, it was an open and sincere expression of the fragility he had attempted to conceal. Fans of Atlanta's love and hip-hop had seen Scrappy develop and evolve over time, but this uncensored look at his humanity served as a reminder that even if someone may appear strong on the outside, sadness and losing a loved one can still have a significant effect on them. The story of Scrappy was not limited to reality TV. Anyone who has ever experienced the loss of love or had to watch a loved one move on without them can identify with this. Scrappy's emotional path ultimately changed drastically, and it was not simply about. After he realized that his connection with Bambi was over, he needed to learn to let go in order to heal and find peace, even though the wounds would take time to heal. The objective of Scrappy's emotional healing process was to reclaim his own happiness despite the pain of witnessing someone else move on. The story was one of heartbreak, growth, and the strength needed to bounce back when it seems like the world is going on without you.
Plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first thought as a woman. But don't get too damn about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who getting slid, sis?
You can't even drag your height across.
You done drug it across everybody.
Yeah, let me find out.
Let's keep it moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago.
I'ma let you finish.
That I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date?
Bitch, when you kiss and smell my from the front to the back.
I'm never kissing him.
And I hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
You have no loyalty.
Rashida, while you waiting, could you get this bitch some more views on her music post?
I got the feature with Spice that you were begging for. Bye-bye,